industry for the past 6 years. I've done over $1 million in sales, trained thousands of sales partners. I've worked with several top real estate companies that I also manage um, their associates, that's real estate associates affiliated with the companies in selling as well. Currently, I'm head of sales for one of Africa's fastest growing agro real estate branch, and I train thousands of real estate professionals. So basically, what we are doing in Blockchain Realtor Africa is to um, is to pioneer adopting blockchain AI tools to sell property faster. The main problem we want to solve is reselling of land or houses. If you are in any way in real estate, even if you are not in real estate, if you own a property, you will agree that if you try to sell it will take quite some time to get a buyer, especially if you do not have high net worth friends who can easily, maybe the property is 20 million, they can easily just pay 20 million for the property. So yes, we have listing sites, not just in Nigeria, Kenya, US, but how many of them can you say if you come to this platform in in 1 week, at most 1 month, you are certain to sell your property and get the money you need. That is the exact solution we are building as an organization. Then individually, we believe that aside building a full operational platform, believe that individual professionals, real estate. By the way, this solution we are providing is not is going to focus on real estate, but it's a problem that cuts across other industries with the understanding that once AI is um, once AI is adopted or maximized over time, a number of persons will not be needed in their field. Let's go a little bit deeper. So right now, what people know for AI is more about prompting. You develop it with good machine learning knowledge or languages. Um, you can, if you don't have that time to study the practical part of it, you can at least learn how to vibe code with it and create AI agents, right? Right now we have AI that can help you schedule calls, pick calls, book flights. Do you understand? So it's the same way we're looking. We know that over time AI will be able to. You want to sell a property, bring it to AI. AI will create the whole marketing ad, distribute it across social media. Of course, there will be a budget for it. The AI will even fund your ad account, get the people who are interested in the property. What do you call it? Retarget those who showed interest but did not buy. I don't know if anyone is following what I'm saying here. Hello, can anybody still hear me? Yes. Retarget those who showed interest but didn't buy. So the crazy and the interesting part is that the AI will call them and sound like you, even better than you, because AI has access to all the information of difficult buyers, objections, property objections, all the questions that any potential property buyer can ask. AI has access to all of that knowledge, and the best way to answer them, close them, and get that money to be paid better than you. So it's a question of, will I keep doing things manually, or will I learn how to use these technologies to be far better than my counterparts? Of course, we would agree that traditional way of doing business will not just go off overnight. Even today, I took my team to go and see two of our sites physically. Yeah. After which, with the knowledge they have learned, I encourage them, let's go out in the field, go and talk to people physically, get their contacts and all. But over time with AI, even physical inspections, even right now to speak, we have the tool for doing virtual inspections using virtual reality or 3D of that particular property. But over time, it will be fully much more adopted. Now, move forward to the time of this is not about end of the world or antichrist, but chips will come, robots will come. In January, they did the Global Economic Forum. Elon Musk say the intention is let And for every individual, it will be two robots per individual. The intention is over time robots will be so affordable, everyone will have one the way they have their phones. So if you have robots in an office that never gets tired, that never eats, that can answer, respond, use the computer better than you, a lot of people that do office work will not be needed. Those are some of the things you should be considering. So what will save you now is number one, I keep saying it, that you build a brand so strong and so irresistible, so irreplaceable that no matter the changes that come over the years, we are saying 3 to 10 years, but it could be far shorter than that. But no matter the changes that come, you will still be a go-to person. You will still be the most preferred person because you are very well versed in this AI development. That's the first thing. The second thing is yes, you can actually create tools. You can actually use AI far better than anyone in your field. I don't know if you are following. So aside, we just use AI to generalize all the technologies, blockchain, virtual reality, robotics, all of them are intertwined. Most persons will be asking, some persons will say, I'm still struggling to even sell individual property. Where is the time to say I want to study all these things? The truth is, you have to make that decision. It's either you keep struggling or you optimize your knowledge so that you remain relevant. Because if you just stay, oh, I want to just sell the traditional way, over time, what happens to those who took out the time to learn what you are learning right here in blockchain Route to Africa will take the market from you. Now, this is the solution. This is I've mentioned the problem, which is faster sales and reselling of properties, and we've talked about the solution. We were creating a full-blown platform for it, which a number of us here would use. But individually, there are specific knowledge that if you have with regards, especially AI tools, you'll be far, far much at a better place compared to your counterparts, which you'll be learning how to use it. You learn how to use AI to auto schedule your posts. Those are minor. I'm just giving my no minor thing. You learn how to use AI to auto schedule. So you one person post on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, like that. Sometimes because of the stress, you forget some place, some sites. Or the best you can do is pay like I do. I pay a social media manager to handle those pages, let them know what to do, pay a video editor. But guess what? You can have AI handle all of these tasks, which you will learn during this course as well. Now, why? Why should this be important to you? Blockchain Africa is not just about the solution we want to provide or the problem we want to solve. It is about the people that will be driving it. In the last class, I talked about the mindset required to make it happen, the lion and the eagle mindset. But beyond that, it is that deep down within each and every one of us is the desire to not just provide for our family, to prolong the value of our bloodline in the sense that even after you are gone, your name should have relevance, your name should have strength. To us, that is the core purpose of blockchain Real to Africa. Most importantly, Africa. That I will not lie to you, from proper market studies, China, Dubai, a part of US, a part of Singapore, they have already started using these technologies we are talking about, like on a far, far more advanced level than we can imagine. Just like a number of technologies, Africa is usually the last to come up. What happens over time is one white man comes in and takes over the African market. We do not want, then we Africans will now be paying for a service that is in our own environment. The main purpose is us, that you ensure that through this, you're gonna, if you learn this, of course, you make very good money, yeah, you make crazy money. But beyond that is so that your name, your bloodline will have relevance even after you may have gone. So let's not take time. Who are we? Who we are? Blockchain Realtor Africa Academy helps. I think we've explained this before. I've mentioned some of this during my earlier training. Who is this for? Yes, we specified it for realtors, but whatever you learn here is applicable to any business that you may be doing. Then what you benefit? Yeah. Please confirm if anyone can still hear me.
Yes, yes.
Okay, great. So let's just go straight to the conversation of today. Today we're learning blockchain AI foundations and its application for the African real estate market. So as I earlier mentioned in the previous training, I introduced the speakers again. We have speakers that will be taking you the core aspect of blockchain and how you can apply it individually. We also have those that will show you practicals, both AI prompting, prompt engineering, AI agents, all of those things. We have speakers that will take us there. So mine is just to give you more of an overview, at least on this beginning point of this session or this academy. All right, so the origin of trust. Um, in the early BCs, Caesar, if you read the story of Caesar, you know that Caesar was the person that brought about the rise of the Roman Empire, and he ruled over four, if not five continents: Africa, Asia, Europe, and areas like Australia. He was more like king for all of those territories, and so information was very very important. And when you grow that powerful, you have enemies. We all know the story of him being betrayed and murdered by the Senate. A lot of people stabbed him, was stabbed 23 times to death. But that's not the story that we want to talk about. It was that to preserve his information distribution. So anytime one send information, it's to prevent it from being intercepted, or even if it's intercepted, for it not to be read. He was one that formed what they call a cipher. That's information you put on a scroll, you put inside it, you seal it, and you send. But he found a way to ensure that even when you open it, you cannot find it. Sometimes unless you use fire to show through the back before you be able to read it, or some of them you have to pour water. So this will ensure that any message is sent, whoever is sending it to will be the only one to understand what he has sent. Over time, during the Second World War, if I'm correct, that was 1934. I don't know if we have history students in the house. Yeah, in the year 1934, I think to 49 or thereabout. During the Second World War, there was a German who found a way of sending cryptic. So when you hear of crypto means secrets, coded, cryptic messages. And so that also helped for information to pass properly. Is it Germany, Russia, though? Pass properly and be disseminated during that period. So I would say that's where cryptography really, really started from Alan Turing. Over time, from that cryptography, we heard that we all I believe everyone here was alive during in 2008. We don't have any Gen Z here. Even if we do, they are welcome. 2008 was when the global economic meltdown happened. They said it was one of the greatest recession that happened um, since the first recession. That was after the Second World War, 1939 recession, the Great Depression that time. 2008 recession was like the highest. If you want to get a full understanding of what really happened that led to that great recession, you should watch the movie The Big Short. The Big Short. So you understand exactly what happened. What happened was bankers started selling um, credit swaps. Credit swaps is that credit that you can use okay, not your credit swaps, mortgage loans that were not backed with anything. So you just come to the bank and say you need mortgage or you need credit for a home. They give it to you, sometimes even without enough collateral. And so people use that. Some persons who were broke use that mortgage to get like 5 houses, and they charge you higher rates on those things. What what now happened is people collected so much debt that they could not pay back. Now there's a system where you can buy banks. This is now our class. I just want you guys to have an understanding what led to the. Okay, should I continue the story, or should just go
Yes,
straight?
sir.
Because
Continue. Continue,
I'm
sir.
also very time conscious. Okay, so there's also what they call credit default swaps, where very wealthy investors can come and buy um, some of those default swap. Default swap in the sense that these investors are betting that people will not repay their loan, and so if they don't repay their loan at a particular time, it means that bank is going to pay this investor. So yes, I'm betting. I'm not like buying these credit default swaps. That for should in case it's more like I'm investor giving the bank money to use for business, right? Use it for your credit for giving mortgage loans. However, if these people are not able to repay back at this particular time, you are going to pay me this much more. Do you understand that market? Now, bank were so sure that because bank Central Bank of Nigeria to central bank, the US central bank, this what happened was really entrenched to the highest banking system then. So they were so confident that no matter what, if these people cannot pay, we would be able to confiscate their houses and all that kind of stuff. But some people on Wall Street, I cannot remember their exact names, did their research and saw that truly there was going to be a crash. So because they saw that loophole early, they bought a lot of credit default swaps. There's a guy that invested as much as $1 billion for the credit default swaps, and he got, I think, almost close to 100 billion later in return. So it was a whole lot. But that's not our story. That depression or that recession led to Satoshi Nakamoto forming the Bitcoin. Of course, he used the previous knowledge that we talked about, Alan Turing's cryptography and all those stuff, to form the whole Bitcoin technology in 2009, in March 2009 to be precise. So blockchain came in. The purpose of blockchain is that everyone becomes their bank and their own banker. You control your own money, and you also protect it. I hope you understand. So that was the main aim of the Bitcoin, the narration of the Bitcoin, or the intention of Bitcoin was that you are your bank and your own banker. The intention actually was that over time, banks will no longer be so relevant, but the banking system is so well entrenched that it's almost difficult to cancel out. A number of them are making use of blockchain technologies now, even as we speak. All right, so in this present age, now in 2026, what has really evolved, you will agree, is the evolution of artificial intelligence. I would say the evolution started more from AI has been on, by the way. The Nvidia that sells AI chips, because their AI chips, they grew to, I think, $5 trillion in market capital. They started selling AI chips since 1995. So AI has been existent. It's just that it came more into limelight from 2020 with ChatGPT. It came into limelight in 2023 with ChatGPT. I hope you are following. So, but now AI has. I really hope that a number of us are really following up on the evolution of AI, the buzz between cloud AI, open AI, DeepSeek AI, and all the likes. Please do not stay in the dark and keep doing things manually. Have an understanding of some of these things. All right, so I don't want to believe that everyone here knows what the blockchain is. Blockchain is, to simply explain it, is a chain of blocks. So there are different blocks of information that are connected to each other through a chain. So just like blocks, and then chain ties to this block, connects ties to. So I'm simplifying it as much as possible. So it's simply a chain of blocks that are connected to each other, and each block is created via a code. They call it cryptography. For example, Bitcoin is being mined by you answering some very difficult mathematical equations, and it takes time to answer them. That's how Bitcoin is originally mined. And every sorry, every block or every crypto that is being put on the blockchain, every information that is being put on the blockchain is immutable. Immutable in the sense that it cannot be altered. It cannot be altered. Transparent in the sense that everybody has access to it. I hope you know that all your transactions that you've ever done on the blockchain is available for everyone to see via the blockchain hash. If you are using let me not rush. If you are using Ethereum network, there's the Ethereum hash. If you are using Tron network, there's the Tron hash. If you are using Binance network, there's the Binance hash. That hash has it's made up of alphanumeric numbers that show you that which you can use to trace your transaction. But another thing that I'm supposed to add is anonymity. So blockchain has a way of protecting your identity. So there's nobody can use it to track exactly who you are. So you will agree that you cannot send more than for Nigeria, you cannot send more than if you're an individual and you've not really maybe I just started making money, you can't send more than 20 million naira per day. But with blockchain, I can send $100 billion at a single click and you get it from your end without any hassle. It is secure. It is secure, although yes, we've heard of quite a number of blockchain crashes, which were hacked by very advanced black hackers, white hackers, and the likes. But to a very large extent, it is far much secure than the regular data or internet use. Then it is distributed in the sense that for all your transactions, everyone on the blockchain has access to see it, even for years to come. While the blockchain is not only about money, you can use blockchain for election, you can use blockchain for farming, you can use blockchain for all aspects of an economic sector, basically. Okay, so AI in real estate, where AI works for real estate is number one, data gathering, then analysis of the data. If you've studied machine learning in any way, you have a fuller understanding of this. But I don't want to start going breaking it down because of it's kind of to an extent it is technical if we start using all of those terms now. So gathering analysis, when you are able to analyze the data and properly arrange it. What for real estate, how it works is let me bring it home. Do we have anyone from Lagos here? Lagos, who stays in Lagos, Nigeria? Let me digress a bit. Please just type location, what part of the world you are, state and country, state and country. Let's do that quickly. Let me see, state and country. I've been speaking. I didn't even ask if you guys could hear me. Oh, Lagos. Okay, great. Christiana is in Lagos, Nigeria. Who else? Well, okay. Ajah, Lagos. Abeokuta, Nigeria. Yes. Let me see people. Joshua, Precious, Manu. Okay, so Lucky Nigeria. Good. So we have quite a number of Lagosians here. Good. Now, before you buy a house, ooh, my slide has gone. Let me get it back. Sorry, guys. So before you buy a house, hmm, imagine that there is an AI that has information of all the houses in Lekki. Let me use Lekki for the example. And so before you buy a house, the AI has analyzed all the properties in, let's say, Admiralty Way. And so it knows the prices of each of the houses and knows the prices of the rent value of each of the houses. You can even say, yeah, I know that there are still some inner places in Lekki. Let's say after Chevron, I know there are some empty land close to the waterside in Chevron. If you pass Evanos supermarket, now it has the price of all of these lands. Huh? And so if you are trying to buy a land or house, you can come to this AI to confirm whoever is selling to you if they are telling you the right price or if they are inflating the price. Do you understand? You can confirm the. I'm using this just as an example. Now, this AI also has the ability, it has tracked the price growth of these properties over the years, and so it can predict that if in the last 3 years the properties around there appreciated by 350%, it's certain that in the next 3 years it's also appreciated by 250% at this particular value, maybe an increase of another 50 million or thereabouts. Then automation in this aspect is what I earlier explained, where you will not be the one to either even do marketing, lead generation, follow up, closing on your clients anymore. AI will handle all of that, every single aspect of that in real estate. And that is exactly what we are building. That's the exact. So we don't want to call out the name now. And yes, we keep ringing the bell. We really, really wish to have more competitors on this project because it will really, really make the real estate market to wake up. Ah, so there's an AI that does both marketing, lead generation, follow up, closing till payment. I just need to put out my property information and the AI takes it up and does everything till I get my money. I don't have to do a thing. If we have more persons doing this in the large number of real estate markets, especially real estate developers, even realtors, they will wake up. So that is basically the automation part that I'm talking about. Yeah. So AI smart contracts. Smart contracts is a digital process that operates on if then now this. I'm trying to find a very good way to explain this. So it's a digital program that works without the interference of a third party, an automated digital program that works without the interference of a third party. That works the command that if this is done, then you will receive this. So if, for example, smart contract is the sense that, for example, the platform we create is if you put this property here and give us this information, and perhaps you pay a token, a subscription fee, then our AI is automated to take this information you have provided, create a marketing ad for it, and target people in precise locations that will need this your property, get leads. Do you understand? Get contacts of these leads, get contacts of people who would want to buy this your property, this particular location, and then follow up on these leads, close them if necessary, entirely without your own effort. That is, and that's more the depth of the AI smart contract that we're talking about. But before real estate, I've done AI smart contracts. Some of you might be familiar with Forsage. Is there anybody here that did Forsage or United, Million Money? All of those things we did, those things as by smart contracts. Forsage was also a smart contract. So when you bring two people, those bring two people bring two people issue. Please, can anybody still hear me? Yes. So, but in this case, we're talking about it with regards
Yes, sir.
real estate. Okay, great, great. So, but was there anyone here that did Forsage? Oh, I went deep. Oh. I did Forsage Ethereum, I did Forsage Tron, I did Forsage. Yeah, I think it's Forsage Ethereum and Forsage Tron. I did Million Money, all of them. Okay, so now tokenization. I didn't do MMM, lucky for me, but my friend did MMM United. Okay, so but I did let's leave all of those people alone. The next part is tokenization. I talked about the AI aspect. Now, we actually wanted to come into the market via tokenization. Tokenization is simply creating a digital representation of a physical asset. So tokenization does not apply only to real estate. It's, you have music, you have movie, all of those things can be tokenized, but we are focusing on real estate, either land or house now. So what tokenization does huh, is, sorry guys, I'm yawning. What tokenization does is that it allows for whatever your assets, whatever asset you have to be broken down into tiny bits. So a clearer example is this. Hmm? You have a land that is selling for 100 million naira, and then you need money urgently. You know, it is not easy to find someone who would buy a property at 100 million naira and pay you as soon. Nobody keeps 100 million naira lying in the bank. However, if you tokenize it, you are tokenization is more like shares. First of all, there's a digital representation of the physical assets. That's the more like um, art, a picture that represents your land on the blockchain. But besides that, it is now broken down into smaller pieces. So your 100 million naira property is now broken down to 1,000 people, which now allows for people to buy your property at 10,000 naira. 1,000 people buy your property at, is that correct? No, at 100,000. 1,000 people buy your property at 100,000 naira. That will give you 100. Abi, I'm correct. You're at 100,000 naira totally to give you 100 million naira. So you can decide that I need money, but I don't want to sell my entire one plot that is 100 million naira. I want to sell maybe 30% of it. You understand? So it means that you can sell at that 30% of your land, that's at 100,000 times 30. So you can sell 30 million naira worth of your property and to 30 to 3,000, no, to 300 people, yes. 30 million naira worth of the property to 300 people who will buy it at 100,000 naira each. Do you see that it is easier to sell? Do you understand? Hello, please confirm if you can hear me. Yes. So, but now, from our market understanding, Africans are slow in accepting this tokenization thing. You hope you know that it's we youth and Gen Z that are into blockchain. You know, of course, young people form 70% of the entire Nigerian population, 200 million population. Then in Africa, it's still 70% of young people. So that's why it's more like we are topping charts in use of blockchain and lights. But the truth is, go to a large number of places, they still don't know anything about blockchain. So tokenization has been slow to adopt. The government has been dragging feet, and I'm saying this from experience. I don't want to call names, but I know a particular company that was pushing the government so that they can adopt tokenization. It took a lot of work for Lagos to eventually accept what they are doing now with the Lagos tokenization scheme. Do you understand? So it's a drag. What Nigerians and Africans are concerned about is how fast can this thing pay me? Because you go and say to them, come and buy property 20,000. I don't understand. 50,000. I will have units. What if I want to build? They will start asking questions. So, however, we understand from what we explained here earlier that if you properly set up this AI agent with our platform and with all the tools and it's able to work at an accurate and predictable rate that you we say we sell within 1 week, it is certain that we sell it. Of course, it's not going to be free. We might make some parts free, maybe the use of the AI for research, to for price valuation and the likes. I don't know if you are following. Yeah, so If you're able to do that predictable sales, bringing in blockchain tokenization will be like a walk in the park. Do you understand? Hello? Does that make sense? Can anybody hear me?
Yes, sir.
Good, good, good. So fractional here means smaller bits, just as I explained earlier. 100 million naira property divided into 1,000 tokens, and people can buy 100,000. That's what fractional means. Global means that you can now sell a property from Abuja, from Lagos, from Nairobi to anybody in the part of the world, US, Canada, Zamfara, all of them have access to buying that property. Why? Because it is on the blockchain. It is faster. Yes, it's actually far, far faster. Remember again, you pay with blockchain, you pay with crypto. So it's actually faster, and then you can generate money fast. Liquidity is money, is cash flow than the traditional system. Okay, Africa use cases. Let me see if um we can oh Property is not Africa by the way though. But let me go to Adisasa. Do we have any Kenyan in the house? I know that Benson is Kenyan. Do we have him in the house? Noah. Noah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yes. So I don't know if you are familiar with Adisasa. Are you?
Not yet.
Okay, let me just show us. By the way, Adisasa is in partnership with the Kenyan government. Yes, land. Okay, I'm correct. So let's just open the page too. So sorry that my network is it has opened. Let me move this thing from the screen. So Adisasa is an online platform that allows citizens to interact with land information held and processes undertaken by the government. It's still showing. Okay, great, great. There's the part I'm looking for. And so what does it do? So land registration, valuation. There's the cryptocurrency part I'm coming. Um, there's the cryptocurrency part. Other items to search a property. Where is the three button icon? Sorry guys, let me turn my phone this way. Services are I feel that we have House Africa. House Africa is more like an organization, but they have a platform like Adisa Papa. Okay, can you site more about House Africa? Adisa, so this site map. Yes, for this is more fractional ownership. These are exactly fractional ownership. So site map You know, this one they're advertising themselves. Site now raised 400,000 perceived for the guess what? This was in 2019. So they've done this long ago. Blockchain powered property platform. Yeah. So this fractional, so you can now have property. Is I get their emails already say, aha, this is what I'm looking for. Turn your dream of plan national and savings plan. Start to join with little at 50,000 and pay over 24 months. Get started signing. Save to own. Do you understand? So I was in direct conversation with the founder of site, the co-founder of Sitemap, not the founder, the co-founder of Sitemap, and also they've done a lot. Yeah, I know they are making progress. I like their creativity though. They are coming into the market on a totally different way and different level. So Propi is like the Oga Patapata of them all. Propi, if I'm correct, I've also been in existence since 1995. Please take your time to go and study all of these things. Necessary only. So and here I set title and escrow on chain for real estate. Open escrow. Hope you know what an escrow account means. Escrow is where you send money to hold it to confirm whatever transaction you want to do before that money will now be released to whoever the person is. Do you understand? So yeah, we have much time. I will not lie to you guys. I'm very exhausted. I'm very exhausted from the inspection that I went for today. Yeah, so I think we have your upgraded skills. So what skills do you want to really learn, which you will learn during the course of the academy? Number one is AI automation, and number two is tokenization. Please do not miss this session. I'll tell you, should I give you a no? I will not give you a score. But if you can, don't miss any session. You can see we are ensuring that all the sessions do not exceed 1 hour. That's why I'm actually quite fast. Please don't miss any session where you learn we are still going to have much more practical sessions for AI automation and also tokenization. Yes, we'll start with tokenization from next week. Mr. Simeon Nufa, who is the co-convener of Blockchain Lagos Week, Blockchain Nigeria Week, and also Blockchain Lagos Week. He's more like like call him a an advisor, someone that we respect a lot. And I keep saying it, no one can explain blockchain or tokenization or Web3 as simple as Mr. Simeon will do. Please do not miss his session. It's coming Saturday. So I'm not sure we'll be able to do this action plan now. We're supposed to tell you to download these apps. We just want you, if you've not done crypto before, you know what? Download these apps down. In my next session where I will be training, we'll talk about it. And whenever I'm training, I'll make announcements. So I will download the app. I will do practical. We'll show you how to get crypto, any kind of crypto, research crypto, and then how to buy it, and then how to convert it to your local currency and pay it into your bank account. Like this is basic stuff, basic knowledge. At least let's start from there, but we won't do it tonight, please. Can anybody hear me? Are you guys following?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right. So you can screenshot this and have it handy. Okay, so I think I've come to the end of my session. Do you have any questions? Any questions? Mr. Jake, over to you. This is it. This is it. Can you hear me? You can just screenshot it. So before we conclude, I just want one person to share what they picked and what they will apply in this session. Let me call Christiana. Christiana, are you there? You're welcome. Thank you, Precious. Thank you, Christiana. So
Yes, I'm here.
okay, yeah, another thing I want to answer to Christiana's question. There is fractional ownership without blockchain. Please be aware of that. And there's fractional ownership with blockchain, which is done through tokenization. Do you understand?
Yes, I do.
Okay, yeah. So I want you to share what's the thing that stuck with you the most in this training. And
All right, so thank you so much for that. So, what I learned today, starting from when you talked about okay, what stood out for me is the fact that AI is upgrading, AI is beyond ChatGPT, and we need to like start upgrading ourselves so we don't like get left behind. And also, you talked about this Raptor blockchain is more about having blocks coming together so that in case you have a property that you want to sell, there are in case you have a property you want to sell, people from different parts of the world can see that property and come together to like get it. So for us to be able to achieve this, there are various skills we need to learn in order to be able to maximize and put this into. So I think
yes.
that's one major stood out for me. And you also told us to listen to companies that we should go research on them and just expand our knowledge basically on tokenization and blockchain and how we can apply it as a real life. Thank you.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Thank you so much, Christiana. So, these things that you've mentioned, they are much more like on an organizational level. What will benefit, learning all those things, how those knowledge, but what will benefit you the most is upgrading your AI application, which you will learn in the course of this academy. But you want to learn how do you build an AI agent that can automate your social media posts. I hope you know that you can create an AI agent that will create content like you, automate and post. If you need it to create or use your images, you can create an AI agent that can create videos. I don't know if some of you may have been seeing this YouTube monetization. But also, I don't want you guys to get too caught up with the different aspects of things that AI can do. You can do music, you can do videos, you can do music, you can do movies, you can do just short YouTube videos. You can use it to create content. Of course, you are able to create images. Rather than get caught up with all of these different things, niche down and learn how to use it to sell, learn how to use it to create compelling offers that people cannot resist. and then learn how to use it to run advertisements. Which you will learn during the course of this academy as well. But you cannot learn everything in this academy. You have to put out that sacrifice and time to learn it, to study more on everything that you are learning here. All right. Thank you very much. Mr. Jake, over to you. I think you can round up if you want to. Anyone doing real estate transactions,